What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. As always, thank you to all those people who subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, go subscribe right now. Now today we are going to talk about neuropathy pain, nerve damage, which I think is basically all the same thing, but specifically about neuropathy pain. If you're new to it, you have the burning, the tingling, the numbness, the stabbing, and sensitive to touch. Welcome to the family of neuropathy pain. It sucks. It's not a good thing. And I'm just going to give you guys my tips and tricks on what I do to prevent it, to suppress it. I don't think there's much you can do to totally get rid of it, but this is just more focused on what you can do to cope and deal and suppress it. So first off, now some people use medication and stuff. I guess that's one form of it, but that comes with a whole lot of other extra stuff. Some people do use like gabapentin and like narco and all that kind of stuff. But me personally, I'm going to be talking about the cream that you can use, the CBD oil, and you can also use, other methods such as like meditation, or you can use just more natural remedies. Now, some people go the med route, some people go the natural route. It just depends on who you are and and your own preference of what you want to do. So first off, being active. Me personally, being active helps me not have any pain, and being active helps take my mind off the fact that, I'm in constant pain. So for me personally, being active is, one of my key things that I do to, get rid of the pain. Now, I know for some people, they're sensitive to touch and they get that element of the neuropathy pain. They have that element of the neuropathy pain, as if they walk too much, it hurts. Sometimes you kind of got to go through to get past, and so sometimes you might have to go through a little bit more pain to get past, all the pain levels. Now, I know for some people, being overactive or being active period will actually trigger them to have pain. So sometimes you have to just deal with the pain and kind of learn certain little techniques that work for you along the way to help you suppress the pain. Me personally, being active is very easy, and being active is what takes my mind off of the pain. And don't be afraid if you're being active and it starts to hurt. Sometimes you have to just sometimes you have to just embrace the pain in order to get past the pain sometimes. So don't freak out if you are in pain more when you are active. You might have to just learn how to, deal with that. Listen to the body. I mean, if your body's telling you you're at its limits, then, you're at its limits, and just try to figure out, your own personal way of dealing with it. A lot of things I notice that people do when they are in pain all day is that they cringe up really tight. They really cringe all day. And then for me, I was one of those people. And for me, cringing made the pain last longer and all day. So I decided, let me try to meditate through this and see if this works. Maybe if I embrace the pain will, subside, or I can afford to suppress the pain. So what I noticed is if you're cringing really tight, you just have to loosen up and kind of just, keep it loose and let the pain kind of pass and meditate through it. That might help you in a way to where you basically experience the pain, it comes and it bothers you, and then eventually it'll pass. So that's a method that you can try, is meditation and mental state. People don't talk about that. As far as neuropathy pain, you got to have a good mental state, because neuropathy pain can really drive you kind of crazy. So you kind of have to stay positive about it, and you have to learn how to meditate through it, and it should help you. It helped me a lot, because I used to cringe and it would never go away, and it started to go away once I let the pain come in, do its thing, and then it moved on. So it comes in waves. If anybody who has neuropathy or new to this, it comes in waves. Also, figure out what triggers your pain. I mean, sometimes you're laying a certain way and it might trigger your pain. Sometimes you might be, stomping, or, walking too much or too less. So you kind of have to, everybody's kind of different. So you kind of have to just find out what works for you and what triggers your pain. I always say everybody should know their pain triggers. So if you find that you're in the bed and you're laying on your left, don't do that. And you find that, laying on your right is a little bit better, or if you're laying on your right and you feel pain is coming, switch it up. Always do the opposite of what your pain is doing. So if it's throbbing in your toe or your leg or your arm or wherever it's throbbing, try to, push on the opposite side of that body part. Or if you are a person who suffer from sciatic nerve pain, I found that if you take your two fingers and find where it's throbbing the hardest, if you push on it and kind of sometimes hold it, sometimes push, just depending on the day, that might suppress it a little bit for you. So that's what helps me when my sciatic nerve is, going crazy or having an episode or just bothering me. Just push on it. Pre-planned events. So when you go to events, event chairs are not that great. They are kind of, they kind of suck. They don't have any cushion. They have really thin cushions. So you want to know that if you're going to a baseball game, to always keep you a nice thick pad in your trunk, so that if you're going anywhere where there's seating, I grab that pad, because it will make your nerve pain or sciatic nerve really act up if you're sitting for a long time. Or if you know you can't sit for very long, then stick to having one of those thick pads. And I'll link some down below for you guys to check out and if you want to purchase. Also, people don't talk about embracing the pain. Sometimes with this neuropathy pain, you have to embrace it. I know it sucks and it hurts and it's painful, but you might want to embrace it. You really have no choice but to embrace the pain, and you really have to just embrace the pain. I know a lot of people don't talk about embracing the pain. It's painful, but you have to embrace it and learn to deal with it. And also use cream, use CBD oil. There's lots of natural things out there that you can get that you don't have to ingest to work. So I'll link some of the ones that I personally use down below for you guys. Also, listen to your body. Your body will tell you when it's about to start an episode or it's about to start hurting, and just take the measures that I talked about and see if it helps you. Having drop foot with neuropathy is very tricky too. What helps me with having drop foot and having neuropathy in that specific leg, actually stretching, standing, and really just rotating my ankle, before the pain starts. Now, with nerve pain, you always want to catch it right before. It's really hard to drive the nerve pain down or the neuropathy pain down if you let it, start up here, or get to this point. You always want to wake up in the morning, grab your cream or your pain meds, whatever you're taking, put your cream on, mid-afternoon, midday, and at night before you go to sleep. You always want to prevent the pain from coming on too strong, because if you never can get rid of the neuropathy pain, you always want to keep it, very, very minimal. That's a really good tip, to keep it very minimum. So you want to beat it before it starts acting super crazy, because once it gets to crazy, all bets are off. It's really hard to drive it down. So you always want to catch it before it gets to the maximum point. And my last tip is just don't overdo it. Listen to your body, don't overdo it, and you should be okay. I mean, it's not nothing fun to have, but you have it now, so you have to find your own ways and tips and tricks on the internet to, really help your body, respond correctly. And also get massages. Sometimes massages help. Soothing your body a lot of times will help your neuropathy if you relax the body. A lot of times when your body's stressed out, it won't, it'll act, it'll trigger your stress level will actually I believe your stress level can trigger, more episodes and your neuropathy. And also another thing is diet. Try to eat as clean as you can. If you're eating a bunch of bad food in your diet, it makes it worse. If you start juicing and you start eating organic fresh fruit, it will definitely help you. There's actually like certain remedies for vegetables and fruit, certain mixture and like recipes for pain and neuropathy. So you can actually help yourself out if you clean up your diet or just add juicing to or electrolytes to your diet. It was a tremendous help for me. I started juicing and my pain went down significantly because I wasn't eating as great, eating kind of whatever I wanted, kind of bad food. But I found that when I ate cleaner, my pain was at a lower level. So that's all I got for you guys today about neuropathy pain. Appreciate all the subscriptions, like I said, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Ask questions if you want to know more about it, if you're new to it, if you want to know more to what to expect. And anything you guys want to know about me or ask, follow my channel, follow the Instagram. I'll put everything down below. And that's it for today, man. Peace.